Hello and welcome to the show once again with a GTA 5 update. There are some cars that haven't quite sort of been officially released but are currently in the game, and naturally, due to the joys of modding for this game on PC, I can have a go with them. I'm going to be taking the new Contender up against the army. It's essentially certainly from the front, very much a ram runner. From the back, I'm not quite so sure, but it's a sort of generic pickup truck. Yeah, we're going to see how this off-road truck, yes, the rally lights do indeed work, how it fares against the army. Now, of course, I have no doubt it's going to have the performance to outmaneuver the army within the city. After all, the Reliant Robin got away. I think that we should have some fun taking it off-road. I am going to see if this can outrun the helicopters off-road. Now, to outrun them in a straight line is not too difficult on the motorway. It's kind of like outrun them in a straight line and then dive off-road has been done plenty of times before by various capable vehicles. Oopsie, may have turned in a little bit too soon. But how long the truck was. But outmaneuvering the helicopters off-road, that is going to be very tough. We need to carry a lot of speed through some rather unforgiving terrain, or have the helicopters have issues. I mean, that one there can work for me quite nicely. I'm not sure if anything has actually properly lost the helicopters off-road by simply outrunning them. That's what we're going to try here. Now, the army cars are unlikely to really bother me out here. They're not going to be able to follow this. Unless there happens to be a road along here in which they can spawn on, which there isn't, they aren't going to be able to follow this over the mountains, and we have now found ourselves on, well, perhaps slightly flatter terrain. The real difficulty is trying to keep up enough speed to cause the helicopters issues across terrain, well, like this. This terrain is not conducive for doing 80 or 90 miles an hour. That is, really about 90 miles an hour is needed to confuddle the army helicopters. I'm not sure that this terrain, well, we might be able to do it down here, you know. We're starting to really go for it. Oh, hey, Geronimo. These jumps I could just do with all this smoother terrain. I'm fighting for in-air control. We have lost part of the bodywork, but never mind. We are now flying off towards the refinery. I think it's a refinery or power plant or whatever it might be down here. But unfortunately, we have made, well, I think all the ground that we can. Yeah, the helicopter's now caught up again. We did make some good progress, some very good progress indeed down there. Oh, the helicopters could fly into solid stuff as well. That does help me massively through all of this. Oh, okay. I did say if you could, that would be helpful. I wasn't kind of expecting all of you. Oh dear, that's not helicopters. That's not helicopters that were exploding like I thought it was. That is stupid army trucks crashing into, I'm guessing, a big fuel tank or something. Well done, army guys. Well done indeed. Oops, squeeze underneath it. I wonder if I hide here. No, the helicopters can still shoot me. Bugger, that's not all. Don't tell me we're too tall. This would indeed be... Contender! You're too tall for... This is bad, because I'm not actually sure if I can get around through here then. Bugger. The Contender is in a little bit of bother here. We actually are going to have to go into the refinery to get around, and that means that well, we've got cars now to deal with. Not that the cars are a massive concern, but you got stuck there. That I would like to know. How on earth he managed to get that one wedged there. Yeah, I mean, the vehicles are not a huge concern because I am just going to drive out here, and that little bit of tarmac has given me some form of a lead over the helicopters. I have to keep my foot down there because otherwise we're going to drown the Contender. Back to crashing across some rocks. This is not working at the moment. This is not working at all. We might have to go up here on the train line for a little while and see if we can run along here and then perhaps dive off. Can we get to the speed required up on this part of the terrain? I don't know. It's going to be tough. We are just about cracking 80 miles an hour, but yeah, not. We're sort of pulling away. Oh, we have actually now got away using the train tracks. Oh, bounce down. Come on now, truck. Oh, please land. Thank you. We want to, I think, keep kind of heading along the coast, really. Oh, this is some incredible terrain to be tackling. The suspension on this is fantastic, though. It's great for traversing this sort of stuff. I could probably do it looking up at the skies and seeing if there are any helicopters around. Okay, helicopters are around that way. I'm going to run back this way again. That's not a fun sight that you want to see, although I think he is heading in the wrong direction. I can't see any helicopters up there. Bound my way along here. Hide up in the trees. That should probably work. Is where the cars can get across the train tracks. I don't think they will at this point. Don't think they will come down here to get me. It's just if a helicopter spawns in. I think we are safe from cars. Sometimes I have seen cars come flying down to the beach. I can't remember where on earth I got them to do it, but there are the very odd occasion when the AIs will come flying onto the beach. But that occasion is not today. They are not going to come looking for the Contender. It does get away from the army pretty much solely off-road. I did have to use the train tracks a little bit to get a bit of an advantage, but it was capable of getting up to a high enough speed, even in that even on the train tracks. It was still capable of getting fast enough to get away from the army. Oi! Aerial. I love how we aerial attacked a Landstalker and bounced into, I think it was a Messer we bounced into. No one cares. No one cares. They're just driving on about their everyday business, and I'm here. There's a door in the road. Are you guys? So you don't care about being swatted by the Contender, but the door in the road you will all actually calmly, calmly and sensibly avoid. Oh no, not quite so sensibly. There's a little bit of cutting up going on. Oh, are we going to have a crash? Come on. Somebody have a crash. Somebody have a crash. Oh, why are you all driving so sensibly? What's happened to the GTA 5 AI for crashing into one another? Where has all of the fun gone? Oh, that's disappointing. But, yeah, as far as getting away from the army goes, yeah, there's... Oh, someone ran over the door. We have a winner. Oh, and now we've had a crash. That is more like it. Well done, guys. You're back up to your normal, stupid self. Yeah, as far as getting away from the army, Contender, pretty damn solid choice of vehicle. You know, decent size, will seat 4 people and carry plenty of stuff. Bounds its way off-road, no problem, plenty of speed. The army aren't really a massive fear. However, there are some tougher off-road challenges for this truck. Now, of course, to really test the Contender, we're going to have to try and climb Mount Chiliad. Now, to do this, you need a lot of strength and an awful lot of speed. Now, I am hoping that this vehicle's off-road ability may make up for, and I say its lack of power, the vehicles that have done well in climbing Chiliad have been the real high-end supercars. Because they have been so quick, they've had so much power, they could take very alternate routes over Chiliad. You didn't have to stick to the path. Now, this thing doesn't have anywhere near as much power as the supercars. However, I am hoping, as you can see from its climb up here, I am hoping we may still be able to take these alternate routes. The off-road ability of this vehicle and the torque does seem very, very good from the brief little bit of driving I have done. So, oh, Prius! Prius, no, we cannot be out-accelerated by a Prius, god damn it. I love how the civilians have crashed into the roadblock, pretty much ruined it. But, damn, the Prius actually did a quite good job of fleeing the... I was going to spin him out, but he managed to get far enough away, dodged the roadblock. We are now getting up to 100 miles an hour here. I don't really fancy fighting a barracks, although oncoming traffic is also just as scary. There's a gap there. We're through. Well, we can stay over here. This is about the most time I've spent on tarmac so far with this vehicle. Ooh, hello there, Messer. Shall we go up the really long way? I'm sure we've got more than enough. Yeah, there we go. More than enough off-roading ability to climb that. Where it gets tricky in taking this particular path is the army. Actually, hold on. Okay. We have, I've never ever got away from the army, and I'm not going to do it today because that's a helicopter that's coming looking for me. Oh, disappointing. I was going to say, I've never got away from the army over in this area, because normally there's helicopters around. But I was going to go dive down there and hide in the trees around that part, but cargo bomb spawned in. If it spawned in at a different place, I probably could have done it, but there's nothing I can do to avoid it. However, while I haven't been able to get away from the army, this is not so much about that. Oh, cargo bomb's trying to pick me up. That's definitely cheating. What did impress me with all of that is that this was well off course. I was going very slowly and then pointed at a very steep mountain, and still it climbed up it. Still it kept going. Whee! Crusader is going full commitment after my my truck missed by not that far, actually. I'll give him points for effort. He's been closer than a lot of the army vehicles, like that one, for example. That's a lot of spins going on. Oh, this is now starting to get pretty tough for the old Contender here, but it's still going. And that Crusader is... Oh, he survived. Good landing, actually. Oh, that's not a fun sight. That is not the sight that you want to see as you come over a hill. Just a barracks flying towards you with a Messer doing many a tumble. Got through the narrow part, though. That is good. Or one of the narrow parts. There's more narrow parts to come. This is where it does start getting even trickier. Oh, please use the rock as a... Thank you. I wanted to use the rock to stop me getting pushed down the mountain, and it worked perfectly. Not very often my strategies work exactly how I had intended. Oh, is it going to be a tough one getting going? It has, though. I really didn't want to lose all that momentum. However, it has got going again and got going very well. I am impressed with this Contender now. It does get very narrow here. I'm thinking I don't want to fight a barracks, so what if we go this way round? Now, this truck should hopefully have the off-roading ability, the suspension travel and whatnot, to get across here safely. Indeed it has. Get a Contender going and it can climb up across that rock there. The army are making a nuisance for themselves more than they are for me at this stage. This is absolutely bounding up Chiliad. This is phenomenal stuff. I mean, perhaps the race buggy, I can't remember for the life of me the name of it now. That may possibly have been the only thing that has bounded up Chiliad better than this. I can't think of anything else that has survived Chiliad so well. Although now we are going to have some trouble, because I've stopped because I don't want to quite go forward yet, because I know what can happen if we get a barracks here at a bad point. Barracks, please be gone, please be gone, please be gone. There's a helicopter. Go! Go, Contender, go. If we've got to get through this little gap here. If we're through here, we're safe. We've done it! We have made it, because he's going to block that up for everyone else flying down this way. We have made it up Mount Chiliad. And we aren't smoking, we aren't on fire, we aren't leaking fuel. This is a good day for the Contender. Look at that. Well done. Well done, thingamywhat's-it. I've complete Crusader, that's the one. I want to call it Guardian, I don't know why. I know my GTA vehicles. Right, now we are to the descent. I could cheat and just go off-road, off path, I guess. We are technically off-road. We could go a very direct route down, but for the sake of fairness, I will try and get this down the actual Mount Chiliad route. I can't push army vehicles. That is perhaps the only, I say, weakness to this vehicle. Most of the normal cars, if you like, on here won't have the strength to push an army vehicle out of the way without a lot of speed behind them in the first place. Let's make this turn. We can make the turn while the army are bumbling into one another as well. I have got what looks like quite a wobbly wheel at the back. Maybe it was just the angle it was at. Maybe it isn't quite as wibbly as I thought it was. Okay, that's kind of reassuring. I thought we were having issues there. Could we make it down the dangerous road as well? That would be a hell of a feat. Not very many vehicles at all have climbed Chiliad in the direction that I just did. Even fewer have managed to make it from Chiliad down the dangerous road. We are going to plummet off here. I would rather... No! Oh, that got us. Damn. Well hit from the kamikaze Messer. That is what did it. We have... Oh, no, we have got going again, amazingly. Damn. We were going well. The kamikaze Messer is what killed us. We climbed Chiliad, though. Most impressively, it climbed Chiliad, the most difficult of routes. This is a hell of a truck. Well, on that last run, we actually managed to do the difficult part of the challenge and then got a little bit unlucky. So for this next one, we're going to head to the dangerous road first, and if we can survive down there, then we will tackle Mount Chiliad from the other direction. Truth be told, I think the dangerous road is a tougher challenge for this vehicle because it has got, you know, fantastic off-road ability. That's not the problem. The difficulty with the dangerous road is it is very, very narrow. With army cars heading directly towards you, this is not going to be able to weather a hit from a barracks in the same way that some of the heavier weight vehicles have in this series. Oh, just got that stopped in time before going into a car. Yeah, we can't push the army vehicles around quite the same, so we're going to have to get a little bit creative to dodge the inevitable roadblocks that the army will end up making. They're not kind of deliberate roadblocks, but they will get the barracks stuck. We know that they will get the barracks stuck at some point along the dangerous road, so I'll have to find ways around them because I simply cannot push through them. Now, I do think we will be strong enough to certainly get to the dangerous road. We'll be strong enough to survive the punishment. It was only an exploding Messer, I think it was a Messer, that got us in the end last time out. It wasn't helicopters had been pounding us with bullets and the engine was smoking. So, yeah, I mean, getting to the dangerous road, I think we'll probably be okay with. I mean, this kind of area here is not a bad place for some higher speed off-roading. I don't think it's going to be enough area. Yeah, we wouldn't be able. We might be able to out-accelerate the helicopters down there, but then of course you're on a road and they'll spawn in army vehicles ahead of you. And off here, it's probably one of the most wide open off-road areas I can think of, aside from the beaches. But then again, police vehicles get spawned on the beaches, so you won't get away from the helicopters there. I think, yeah, the train tracks are really the only place you can go. Whoa. That was a much steeper drop than I expected. The issue with going off-road like this truck more than capable of doing it. If you do get caught out by something being, you know, a steeper drop than you're expecting, or there's a hidden rock behind a bush, you can do a lot of damage to your truck completely and utterly on your own. You don't want to. You know, I don't want to be rolling this down these hills, but while I'm trying to go quick to avoid helicopter gunfire, you can end up like there, for example. I didn't see that barrier until the very last second. You can end up causing yourself as much harm as if you were bumping into the army vehicles. So that is something to look out for. Oh, there we go. We are jumping clear of the vehicles and the terrain. I'm going to slow it down a little bit here because there are a fair few rocks hidden about. Oh, right, get out of the way of the army vehicles. We are nearly at the dangerous road. It's certainly not an easy journey just to get here. Kind of why I like having the start point where it is. It's a challenge simply getting to the dangerous road. But this is strong enough. That clip on the rock I really thought might cause. Oh wow, they are really going for it today. Often hits like that they chicken out of, but no, the army are absolutely going for it today in an attempt to stop this contender. Should we go through the water? Oh, that's a bit deeper than I was thinking it was going to be. We're through. There was a minor heart attack going on there. We were going to drown the car. If you have enough momentum, though, often with things like that, if you do carry the momentum, and we are going relatively fast when we hit it, you can sneak through and get away with it. Oh no, this is not a fun thing to see coming towards you on a bridge. Haha! I have dodged it. We are at the dangerous road. Okay, contender. Now, my plan here for avoiding the inevitable army roadblocks. Now, I did it again with the racing buggy, is that I can throw this up. Oh, that was a little bit much higher up than I was expecting. I can throw this up the hillside. It has the off-road ability, it has the power and torque and whatnot to be able to climb up the rock face. Or in that case, when it is a solid rock face, I can sort of tuck it in here and they all go soaring past and we can get going again relatively quickly. Oh, we are having all of the bad timing at this moment, but we are still going. We have made it this far. Now towards the horrible, horrible corner. Fortunately, barracks won't get turned beforehand, so I'm often safe to get around that corner because the army always have issues. This part here is a little better for me. I've got rock face to climb along. Again, the Messer can bump me there as much as it likes. It's not going to affect the contender. We can go sweeping around the outside of everyone. Now, the only concern with this sort of method is we are taking a ton of bullets from the helicopters. That is the problem here. So we're going to have to pray that this is strong enough to weather the storm, and we are taking a few very heavy hits on the front of our truck. Please let those front wheels be strong. Please let these front wheels hold up. Oh, that was more on the side. I'd rather that. Oh, no, 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 no. Come on, truck. Come on, don't get stuck here. Oh, it's wedged. It has been defeated, I think. I'm not going to get this free, am I? Oh, there we go. Okay, we are down. I managed to wiggle it free. I don't know if I could have got it moved anymore. It's just wedged there. And that is the bigger downside with this truck. It is incredible off-road. That is one hell of a good off-roading vehicle. Being able to climb Chile and be able to get going again when it is from so little momentum, to be able to climb that hill is something that only some of the really powerful supercars and hypercars and so on have done. But yeah, the Contender is fantastic. The suspension is great for dealing with, you know, the relatively high-speed dunes and bumps around the place. It's just not that strong compared to the Army vehicles. Even with some of those higher speed bumps on the dangerous road, honestly, the Army vehicles were winning. They were killing my momentum a lot more than I would have liked ideally. It is, yeah, perhaps not quite got the same pushing power as some of the other vehicles, and that means the dangerous road is very, very tricky. Yeah, I got a tad unlucky, but it's not an easy thing to tackle, and the Contender also being so large does get it in trouble as well, gets it stuck and wedged in places where other vehicles might get away, but still, I do quite like it. I think it'll be a great fun racing vehicle, but yeah, just the slight lack of pushing power against Army trucks let it down. However, that's going to be it for this video, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, goodbye.